So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the LaTangela Show podcast. You know, it does my heart well to have this time together. And I have questions that need answers. Are you in? Now, I need a yes or a no, preferably a yes. Are you in? Dean Bryant, are you in?
I'm always in.
Ashley Sensley Square, are you in?
All 10 toes and all 10 fingers in.
I absolutely love it. You know, when it comes around for SU Give Day, we get to highlight all of the great things that's going on for Southern University systems, the things that people may hear about in passing. But when we get to hear that inside scoop, that behind the scenes coverage from those who really turn all of the wheels and keep all of these departments intact and keep them as great as they are, it's just a privilege to have this time with you ladies. We're going to kick it off with you. You know, Dean Bryant, I really want to pick on you for a while because I see the to-do list that you have on your desk, and it just makes me wonder, with all of the things that you do, what are some of the things that comes across your desk and some of the roles and responsibilities?
Oh gosh. Okay. So, well, I guess I could start with saying that this is a very, very multifaceted, broad college. I think interdisciplinary is the perfect name in the title. We changed it to that from arts and humanities to humanities and interdisciplinary studies because we just have so much. And when you have a lot of programs that you're responsible for, you have a lot of stuff to do. So, you know, in addition to the normal things of making sure that classes are being met and that we have faculty for them and that students' needs are being addressed as needed. We also have, you know, faculty who there's always issues with, you know, timesheets being in on time, and there's issues with complaints of students, complaints of faculty. We have all kinds of problems that I have to address, but I also have a lot of good things that I address as well. So that's the good stuff that balances it out for me. That,
Right.
you know, we have a dance recital coming up. We have an art installation happening. We have visitors coming to campus to talk about something within the arts and humanities. We have, you know, a news station is coming to give us a check. Like we have a lot of great things that are always happening that keep me balanced so that all of the responsibilities of being the dean of probably one of the largest colleges, I'm sure there's another dean who would say otherwise, but I say every student can't get through this university without coming through mine. So everybody cannot say that. So I stand by that statement that I touch every student. And with that kind of responsibility comes a lot of, you know, attention and energy, and I'm here for it, you know. But I will say that the good things that we do, the bringing of the arts and humanities to not just this campus, but to this community and sometimes this nation, that is what keeps me going. And I'm very appreciative of having that responsibility.
I love that. And there's a level of transparency that's there to be able to identify all of the challenges and to
Yes.
know the responsibility with the platform you have. But for me, seeing how you do it with style and grace, I need to know, like, how do you keep your level of sanity intact? How do you find that, whew, you know, just to get you through? What does that look like for you?
It looks just like that, what you just did. Okay, that's exactly what it looks like. I learned about 5 years in. I think I'm going on my 11th year as dean. I learned, it took me a while, but to learn how to, when things come, you just kind of, it is okay to take a break and just say, okay, I'm going to breathe first,
Mhm.
take a moment. Because there is an answer. I don't know what it is yet, but I will find it, okay? But I can't find it if my mind is scattered all over the place. So I'm going to breathe, and we're going to find out what we need to do. Who do we need to ask this question? Who do I need to reach out to? Who do I have to sweetly ask for movement right now? Like that is what I'm good at doing. At least I try to be. So yeah.
And see, and that's important because women in leadership, we don't often get the opportunity, the time, or the space to ask those questions.
Yeah.
We're just expected to produce and to keep producing and to be able to smile when the world is on fire around us, you know? So to see that you do it and you can identify those spaces where you say it's okay to say, I just need a moment. And
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure they come often because for
Yes.
me, I'm still walking around here trying to figure it out. Like, wait a minute now. I'm about to sit down and talk to these ladies. They're going to give me some wisdom as they always do, because that's what the Southern University system is all about. And Ashley Sensley Square, there's never a dull moment on your tab. As the Director of Development, tell me a little bit about the scope of work that you have.
So my responsibility is to bring out those joyous times that Dean Bryant has referred to. When I started here, she had a couple of wishes, and one of those was to start the Jazz and Arts on the Bluff, in which we achieved that last year, which put a smile on everybody's face. It was a wonderful event. And then to work on international travel. And so that's one of the things that we are working on right now, to start give our students the opportunity and university officials the opportunity to travel abroad. To one of the things, or one of the places we're planning to go is to Ghana. So that is something we have to look forward to. So bringing out those bright opportunities. Another thing is the philanthropy part of the College of Humanities, raising money, raising funds so that we can have the programming and, most importantly, scholarships available for our students. You know, right now we're in a hard time, and so every student needs some type of financial assistance. And so it's my responsibility to raise money to bring in that financial assistance to our students.
It's no secret that we always have more fun with more funds.
Yes, it is.
And with all of these programs that you have and this wish list that is growing, even with the wish list of being able to accommodate the students with those day-to-day things that we may not see, because often when you have that professional that has access to the things they need, whether it's gas, whether it's their groceries, whether it's the light bill, they often get desensitized that it's not the norm for everyone. So for our students, it very well could be that one level of sacrifice. And for RUN, if we were to give up a cup of coffee per week, we could really dedicate that and make a difference. If we were to
It,
give up that purse for that month, if we were to give up, you know, whatever it looks like, that sacrifice, when you show how responsible you are by planning out the things for the amount of students that you touch and enhance their lives. If you were to ask someone today, to join and not just to give that one time, but to make it a recurring gift. What does that look like?
Um, that looks like exactly what you're saying. Giving up those items that they may feel right now are essential, but they're not necessarily essential. And just something as simple as, like you say, a cup of coffee a day, that's about $7 now. So at the end of the year, if you give that up one time a week, that's probably a couple of $100. That makes a big difference. We have students who come to us. As a matter of fact, we had a student just this past week. Her mother passed away of breast cancer, and her sister had to have emergency surgery. And so that student had to go back home all of a sudden, and the assistance that she needs in order to get back home, especially with having a one-parent household, is something that we try to find the means to accommodate her with. And so it's little things like that that you don't, it's not necessarily school all the time. It's help with rent. It's help with food. It's help with gas. It's the things that you don't hear about that our students need help with, that we get that information all the time. Have students coming to us all the time looking for that assistance.
And it takes a village.
It
Dean
does.
Bryant, I know that you can speak on it being a home away from home and even taking care of them for those who decide to make Southern University systems a part of their lives and knowing that they want to represent us in the spirit of excellence. How would you challenge those partners, community stakeholders, those businesses to pour in and to be a part of that process?
It's interesting that you say this is a home away from home. This is my administrative executive assistant bringing me some more work on my desk. As you say.
More work. That's right.
Okay.
Keep it flowing.
More stuff to do. But it's interesting that you say that because Southern University is, it's a very special place for me. And so when I take what I do here very, very seriously. This is the place I came to when I was 17. I did not grow up with a silver spoon. I grew up, single parent mother who, was a secretary, high school education, one generation from a cotton field plantation in Mississippi. She was. My father grew up on one in North Carolina. So I didn't even have an aspiration really to go to college. I just was told when I was very young that I was really smart. But somehow that got lost as I got older and got into my teenage years. But when I was 17, there's a whole story that I tell people about how I got to Southern. It's a whole big old thing, but just know I got
time.
We do? Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you the story then. So I was not really college bound, although I was in college bound classes. I know that doesn't make sense, but I really was not because that just wasn't my thing. But I was put in those classes because somebody thought I could do it. But then I saw this movie called School Days. I tell people this all the time, okay? School Days. And in that movie back in the late 80s, there was, of course, it was set on a Black college campus. And I didn't even know Black colleges existed. We don't have no Black colleges in Oakland, California, okay? That's where I grew up. There are none, although there's a lot of people who went to them, but I was not a part of that group that wasn't my world, okay? And so when I saw this, I was like, wow, I was so intrigued. And I went back to school that next Monday and I told my high school counselor that, Grambling, that's what I want to say. Grambling was coming to recruit. And I found out that it was a Black college. And so I was determined to go to Grambling just because of School Days. My high school counselor said, girl, you're not going there. And she gave me a pencil that had Southern University on it and said, you're going to go to Southern because you are from a big city and you don't know anything about mail ordering your groceries. Now, I know that's an affront to Grambling, but in the late 80s, I wouldn't have known any different. I was like, yes, ma'am, you're right. I'm not. So that's how I ended up at Southern. And I was just a little 17-year-old girl. I didn't have any family here. I didn't know anyone, but this place took me in. And I went from being a music major, as I tell people, because I was singing was my thing back then, to being a theater major, to being a mass comm major, to being an English education major. And finally, after I read a poem by Paul Laurence Dunbar called We Wear the Mask, I became an English major. And that is what I majored in. And so I became an adult here on this campus from 17 to 21. This is where I was. And so what the self-confidence, the self-value, the understanding of my place in society that I got by being here, coupled with what my mama and grandmama gave me growing up, in Oakland, and my daddy, I want everyone to have that. So I take what I do seriously. When I was teaching English, this is really a shame. I get in trouble now, but I'm gonna just tell it anyway. When I was teaching courses like as an assistant and associate professor before I became dean, I used to tell my students, listen, these papers that y'all are giving me are ridiculous. Y'all gonna get this together because we're gonna talk about Harriet Tubman. And I know y'all already know that she had that gun and she told people, look, if y'all don't go forward, you're not going any further. So this is my pen, this is my gun. Okay, you're gonna go forward or you're gonna stop right here. And I know that sounds harsh, but I was very serious about my students understanding why they were here and what they were supposed to get, because I got it while I was here. So as dean, that's how I feel about everybody. I tell everybody, Ashley will tell you, I'm real serious about what we do here in this college. We are on a mission. It is a sacred thing to me. So when you give money to this college, you are giving scholarship money to students who come from places where they don't even know they don't even know how to be a college student, but we're going to teach them. You're giving money to that woman who came to college 10 years ago, something happened, she had to leave. And so then she found an opportunity to get back. She needs money to come back. There's an emergency. She needs money. You're giving money to students who dream of traveling the world or understanding themselves. They don't have money to do it. We have money in our study abroad fund. You're giving money to students who want to be a filmmaker or an artist or a dancer, and they don't have money for cost. Like, you are giving money to something tangible. It's not some little abstract thing that we just asking you for. No. We're going to show you what we're giving you, and we want you to come back and see it, because we are doing good things in this college.
You know,
I didn't mean to go off like that.
No. That's brilliant. And let me tell you why. It brings it all back to where representation truly matters.
Yes.
And what you did not know is that someone was believing in you, putting you in those courses that you didn't even see. Someone saw something in you, they believed in you, and they said, you know what, if we just give her a little nudge.
That's
and
right.
sometimes when we can just help people by putting them in position and giving them that nudge, you end up here, and you are that same person now that will share that story. That it just, I mean, I got goosebumps when you mention it. And even down from the pencil help you write out the plan for not just yourself, but for all those other students that you enhance on a day-to-day. I see a lot of partnerships are rolling through too. WBRZ came through one of them big checks. I said, okay. And not only did they come through with big checks, when people start giving up their gifts, their times, their talents, and their commitments, because being there, your presence is a present. They plan to really take that partnership next level. What does that mean for an organization such as this?
So that's wonderful. It's great for our students. WBRZ, when they came, they talked about some of the news anchors and some of the employees that they have there who came from Southern University. And so because of the talents that they're receiving, they want to invest in us so that we could continue to build on what we have. And then they want us to have the equipment that they have in their studios so that the students are ready to roll when they get a job there. So it's wonderful for us because our students are being trained firsthand on what they need to know, have the equipment that they need, so they are job ready on the next level.
Right. And not to mention WSUB 106.1. Now, this is The Bluff, and it's actually ran by Mass Comm students. They're getting their show prep. And I've had the privilege of working with this organization and with the students through Tantum Tech, and just seeing how excited they are to learn, how eager they are to not only see their work, but to see their work on these different platforms. Because it's just like if you were to write that paper and no one ever picks it up to read it. You want to see your work have that wind under its wings. You want to be able to display that to the world, because we do produce the best of the best. And I know that there's also an art exhibit that's taking place right now until the 23rd. Take me down that field trip.
So this art exhibit started about a year ago, if not longer. Just having conversation. The Baton Rouge Gallery came to us with an idea of an art exhibit. And so we have been working diligently to make sure our facilities are all up to spec. Their plan, because the exhibit was so large, they wanted to spread it out to 3 locations, in which it's located at the Baton Rouge Gallery, West Baton Rouge Museum, and then Frank Hayden Gallery here on Southern University's campus. And so we started the exhibit was opened on August 1st. Monday through Saturday. I'm sorry, not Monday, Tuesday through Sunday. We're off on Mondays. Our gallery is open from 10:30 until 3:30. The Baton Rouge Gallery and West Baton Rouge have different hours. On 2 weekends this month, we have been able to have a shuttle service. So there's not an option of individuals saying that they don't have transportation to go to all 3 galleries. With partnerships in support, we have been able to secure 3 charter buses in which it starts at one bus is at each location. And so you make the trifecta. You're able to travel from location to location, and you're able to view all of the museums. If you go to the Baton Rouge Gallery website, there is a sign up portal for the shuttle. There is one more shuttle that will be taking place this weekend on Saturday. The shuttle usually leaves about 11:30, 12 o'clock. So just make sure you're at one of those locations by that time, and you have to sign up. Because
Okay.
I know that it's going to be really busy, being that now we have students back on campus. I know a
Yeah.
lot of our instructors have instructed their students to sign up and be a part of this world-renowned exhibit that we have here on campus.
Right. And with so much art that's out there and to be interpreted and displayed, Dean Bryant, maybe you can walk me down the lane as of how you form those partnerships, how you select those exhibits. How do we know that this is going to be one that we want to be a part of? Because this one, free as they want to be. Tell me a little bit about the thought process behind that one.
Well, that's easy to tell. We were contacted to be a part of it, and so I didn't really have to do much of anything. Ashley and Professor Samantha Combs and Professor John Aline and Professor Randall Henry, they were very instrumental in ensuring that those are art professors, and ensuring that we had a space for this exhibit and that we would be a part of it. I went to a couple of meetings, but they did all the heavy work. But it's something that I am extremely excited about. I've not been to the other 2 at the West Baton Rouge Parish Museum nor at Baton Rouge Gallery, because I will be riding the bus on Saturday. I'm the host. I'll be riding in all the different places, so I'll get to see all of them. But I have seen it here. And I am thrilled that we were asked to be a part of this, but I'm not really shocked, because we are the perfect place to house one of those 3 spaces. Southern, as I started, how I can get. Southern is a special place. And I say that we remain special because of the ancestors that created this intellectual, artistic foundation for everyone that comes through here. If you think about this campus, this was a former plantation. Our ancestors worked this land at one point. In fact, I just found out about a month ago, which is still shocking to me, that if you go, you can't see anymore because it's grown up. But I remember vividly looking at a piece of land that's right across from the administration building. I found out just on a whim that is called something like Free Negro Point. Okay. And that's real. I was like, what? What does that mean? And well, it means that at one point, way back when, enslaved people were swimming across the Mississippi River to get to this point. And when they got to this space, they were free, because it had something to do with the territory, it not being a part of the American territory yet. So that's how far back it was. Like this land that we sit on was a place where there was no freedom at one time for Black people. So to have an art exhibit that comes and the title of it is Free as They Want to Be, to me, that's extremely important, because this is a place where Black people now historically have said, this is how free I want to be. I want to be free to think the way I want to think. I want to be free to create the way I want to create. I want to be free to speak what I want to speak. I want to be free to do what I want to do as a human being. This is a place in the 60s where students said, I want to be free to sit at this counter the way I want to, have a cup of coffee without you coming and telling me I can't be here. So I'm going to march down to the Capitol and make that so. Like, we are a place where we are historically striving for freedom, and we will continue to do so. So of course they chose Southern University. Where else would they go?
Where else would they go?
Okay.
Where else?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you said free as they want to be, and put it in perspective the way that you did. So that way we remember not to go back to letting
Absolutely.
other people think
Amen.
for us,
Mhm.
letting other people put a muzzle on us. Like, our level of freedom comes in our identity of knowing who we are, whose we
Absolutely.
are, and what's expected of
Absolutely.
us. And
Absolutely.
I'm excited because I know that the nation is watching. I know that we are in great hands and great care, the work that you all are doing. So, as we're asking others to join, are you in? Log on to sugiveday.org. I'll let you give one final push, that one wish list item for you. Ashley, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah. Start
That
with
wish list that you want to hang up there for the
Ooh.
RUN, that bucket that they're going to help you fill. What does that look like? Do, do,
I
do.
I have to say that the one thing that I want is scholarships. Our students need assistance. And so in order for us to be able to provide that assistance when they come to us, that's what we hear the most often is
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
need this to complete this last semester. I need that. So I think scholarships and emergency funds is where the most funding is needed. And so that is my one wish is to raise as many funds as possible to put into our general fund so that we are able to give our students what they need.
Absolutely. I love it. Are you in that wish list? If you were to do that hard ask today, Dean Bryant, what is it? Do, do, do.
Well, I agree with Ashley that we need monies to continue to do the things that we do to ensure that students have access, that they can pay their bills, that they can come here and be comfortable, that they can, partake of all the resources that we try to offer them. But I would also add, along with the big checks I hope that are going to come rolling in, I also want people to know that if you are an alum of this college, of this university, but especially of this college, I know we're changing a lot. We don't have a choice. This is the 21st century. You may not recognize a lot of the things because we have to evolve. But you belong here. This is still, I think that's one of the words in our little motto, what is it? Something
Give,
advocate belong.
advocate, belong.
Yes.
Give,
Ad-
advocate, belong.
Thank you. So give, absolutely. I
Uh-huh.
also want you to advocate for this college when you are out and about. Speak good things about us. Pay attention to what we're doing. We have a newsletter that we send out. I would love to get more people on board. Ashley's going to help me with that to send these newsletters out to. You need to know what we're doing. We're doing good stuff. And I want you to share that with other people that we're not just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. We are creating here. So you advocate for us. We have students that we want to contact you about. If you have internships, I want you to make those connections. If you have people that you want people to meet, if you, whatever that is, advocate for our students, advocate for our faculty and staff, and come back because you still belong here. It may not look the same, but we're here and we're going to be here and you belong here too. So come on back.
Come on back. I love that. And right now, you can log on to sugiveday.org. There's a wish list, and all of it's welcomed. We appreciate it, and we are excited to see the
Yes.
great things coming. I know
Yes.
you're busy. You got more work to do. So I'm going to let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love y'all, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And
So
as always, go Jags.
go Jazz.
Oh, Jack, thank you.
Thank
Are
you.
you in?
Yeah, are you in?